Many of us, when we get our period, we tend to look at it kind of as a burden, but it shouldn't be. It's actually a blessing. Menstruation carries great power. It's an opportunity. It's a way for women to own the miracle inherent in their bodies. So if you're someone who maybe really struggles with menstruation, maybe it's something that you dread every month, maybe it just brings you so much discomfort or pain or shame or whatever it may be, I really want to help to change all of that for you. I want to show you just why your period is so powerful and really what you can do to start working with it instead of against it. So why exactly is your period so powerful? Just take a moment and think about what your period represents. It is the power of creation, all right? And that is what you are. You carry that within you, the ability to create, the ability to take something, that wasn't on the physical plane and bring it onto the physical plane. When your blood flows through you, it is a fierce declaration of your inherent power to create, okay? And I'm not just talking about babies here, all right? That's amazing too. That's also amazing. But we can not only create babies, but through this power, this ability to create, we can also create a new mindset. We can create a new business. We can bring our dreams, our visions from inside of here to outside of us, onto the material plane. Let your menstruation be a reminder of that. Your blood comes from your womb, which is a major source of power in every woman's body. And I feel it's something that we truly don't connect with as much as we should. We're not as conscious of our wombs as we should be. But our wombs, if we tune into them, if we can listen to them, if we can work with them to heal ourselves, to transform our lives, there is no stopping us. Another reason why your period is so powerful, because bleeding connects us to cycles. It connects us to nature. It connects us to the moon. Our sacred feminine bodies hold this connection within us, hold that connection to nature and to all of those cycles that are constantly moving. And this is another thing. We take cycles a lot of the time for granted, right? Because they're just always naturally happening. But if we can really tune into ourselves, then we're able to really feel that deep connection, feel ourselves interwoven with the moon, with nature, and all of that. It's no mistake, right? And it's no coincidence that the moon and our menstrual cycle is roughly the same amount of time. The moon and our feminine bodies are deeply embedded. There's just a very deep and intimate connection and relationship there. Okay, another reason why your period is so powerful is because menstruating is something that your body naturally does. And what is natural is beautiful, right? What you naturally do is a beautiful aspect of who you are, and it is something that needs to be embraced. In a world where so much around us can be artificial or superficial, we have to do what we can, to deepen our connection, to deepen our relationship to what's natural, to start really loving those natural aspects of ourselves, right? That is what truly is beautiful. It's not what what the crowd is telling us. It's not what society or the culture deems is the trend at the moment or is appropriate at the moment or worth thinking about or embracing at the moment. It is what naturally is, right? That there is power in that. There is power in owning that and in loving that aspect of yourself, in really loving every aspect of yourself that is natural, that is inherent, right? Just fully embracing that. The more that you can do that, the more that you accept this power, the more that you can shine that, that power, that confidence, that beauty out into the world. We really desperately need to stop shying away from what is natural. Embrace who you are fully, because who you are is a gift. So now that you know why you and your period are so amazing and powerful, let's talk about ways that you can really start to harness that energy and that power and work with that energy instead of working against it, right? Because I feel like sometimes, with our periods, we tend to want to keep going. We tend to want to keep pushing ourselves and forcing ourselves. Business as usual, right? Just keep everything normal, just keep up with our work and our responsibilities and blah, blah, blah. And we don't really want to adjust. But one of the things that I think is so essential during this time, during menstruation, is slowing down. Slowing down. It's so easy to do. It might sound hard because a lot of us think that we should always be in motion. We think that we should be doing this or that. We feel guilty if, we're taking a break or healing ourselves or rejuvenating ourselves. But really, during the time of menstruation, your body is doing deep, sacred, and important work. It is necessary to just slow down, and allow that work to happen. Allow that blood to move through you, to flow through you. Don't force anything. This is especially essential during the beginning part of your cycle, when the flow is heavier. Don't force, don't push yourself. Just take it easy, right? You can still, if you do need to get things done during this time, and it's not really, you can't really make that time to just rest more, you can still, from a relaxed and grounded and kind of like slow living kind of way, you can still move forward. You can still get things done, but it's just about taking that time to slow down, right? And to be fully present as you do it. A lot of times we might experience discomfort during our menstrual cycles. We might experience bad cramps or certain aches or things like that. And a lot of the time it's really because we are forcing ourselves to continue like normal through it. We're not really giving ourselves those moments to settle, to relax, to be slower. And once we start being more conscious of this, once we start slowing down, you might find that all of those symptoms and those things that you have experienced, they start to dissipate. They start to lessen because you are, you're being mindful of what your body's doing and of the work that it's doing and what it takes, to move that blood through, to flow through. That blood is really is a release, right? It's a release of all those things from your previous cycle that you're moving through, that you're letting go and letting out your body. So sometimes based on what you've been through, in the last cycle, it could be a little intense. It could be a little heavy. Maybe you've had, a not so chaotic time. Maybe things have been more balanced. So maybe your cycle is a little more balanced and full of ease. Whatever it is, just respect where you are by slowing down and being present and being conscious to it. The second thing that you can do to really start working with your period and harnessing the energy that's inherent there is to start listening to your body. And, this just really involves a lot of consciousness. And again, it's about slowing down. Once you start slowing down and stopping with the rushing, then you can really start to hear what is happening inside of here. And it'll tell you what it needs. It'll tell you if it needs a nap. It'll tell you if it needs more water, if it needs more sleep. It'll tell you if, maybe that night, right? Maybe the first night of your period, things are so heavy, you're supposed to go out with friends. It'll tell you if, I don't really want to do that. I want to just stay home and I want to just rest on the couch and watch a show or read a book or something like that. It'll tell you so that things aren't just on autopilot. You're not just, okay, I have to accomplish this, I have to do this, I have to do this. It doesn't become about that anymore. It becomes about turning into yourself, reaching into that sense of internal guidance, that inner voice, hearing what it has to say, and actually listening to it, going forward with it. And you will find that just things in your life will start to flow better once you start doing this, once you start listening to your body, especially during your period. There's so much information and wisdom coming through during this time. And, you might even want to journal while you're on your period because it is such a time. Things are moving, things are flowing, and you might have insights, you might have ideas, you might have all sorts of things happening. So it's a good opportunity to journal. You can really hear yourself, your inner voice, hear your body a little more clearly. And that'll really help you navigate. And it's not something just to do during your period. It's also something that you can do, you know, throughout the rest of the month, whenever you can, you know, every day. It's essential to keep in touch with our feminine, our sacred feminine bodies, to really know what they need, to be able to listen and to provide and to nurture ourselves. It's so important. Okay, so the final thing that I want to say, something that I feel is so important during your period, is to bleed with intent. Okay, be conscious about what is happening. Be conscious as the blood flows through you and moves through you. Connect with it, right? Don't just be in a place where it's like, oh, I want this to be over. This is such an inconvenience, blah, blah, blah. I feel this, I feel that. Don't focus on that. Focus on the beautiful and mystical and magical process that is unfolding within you. Be conscious as the blood flows, as you release. You're releasing all of these stagnant energies, right? All of these things, emotions, feelings, whatever it may be, that are no longer serving you as you bleed. So allow that to happen. Allow that process to move through you. Let me tell you something. Everything changes when you start to give your love, your focus, your energy, and your attention to your period. Everything changes. You start to feel your power as a woman. I mean, like, really feel it. You feel it in your body. It becomes a tangible thing. And you become almost like this embodied goddess, right? You become this best version of yourself the more that you can be in tune with this magical time, the more that you can do that. So I really just encourage you to try it, to really know yourself as powerful, to really know that when you're going through your period, you're doing deep work and you're doing magical stuff here. So you want to just stay in tune with that. Stay in tune with that always. So thank you so much for watching this video. I hope to do more like it in the future. Give this video a like, and if you're not subscribed to my channel, please subscribe. Would love to have you, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Thanks so much.